Hi beautiful sisters, it's Bronte Spicer, and I just had the wireless connection little notification come up, so hopefully the connection's good for my workshop. So first of all, I need to say a big thank you very much to Mitlay for inviting me to come on her birthday to offer this workshop to you wonderful women. And today I will be speaking about how to bring peace to your workday as a spiritual entrepreneur. So first of all, I'm going to guide you back into your own present moment, because this may actually be the very first time that you're doing that if you've had a busy day. So let's do that together. So if you can just close your eyes when you're ready, and giving yourself some time and space to reconnect with your breath with 3 mindful deep breaths in and out. And you might even like to sigh your exhale out through your mouth so it's nice and audible, just as a way of letting go. And then shifting your breath back into its natural flow, just in and out through your nostrils. And be in full commitment, be radically present with those sensations that you can sense just on the insides of your nostrils as you breathe in and breathe out. Perhaps you notice that there is more movement or more sensations happening on the right side of your nose, so your right nostril more so than your left, or vice versa. And just noticing, just getting curious in the detail of those sensations. Perhaps you can hear your breath. And rather than going down the stories that come with those sensations, just being observant enough and curious enough to experience the sensation, and then returning your awareness to that full scan of the whole sensation that comes with your inhale and exhale through your nostrils. Noticing what your breath is like now. Just noticing whether it's fast or slow. Whether it's heavy or light. And without judgment here, just noticing, just witnessing and being aware. Bringing a sense of love and compassion to your breath, just as it is. Noticing that your mind does tend to wander, and knowing that your job, your role right now is to draw your awareness back to your point of focus, back to those tiny, subtle sensations on the insides of your nostrils as you breathe in and breathe out. and giving yourself some space now to deepen your breath. Just as a way of reconnecting to your physical surroundings. You might like to begin to paint the roof of your mouth and around your teeth with your tongue, licking your lips and swallowing, helping you to transition back into your physical surroundings, bringing any movement that feels right for you, and then opening your eyes when you're ready. So my name is Bronte Spicer and I'm a mentor for spiritual entrepreneur mums, and I run my own Facebook group called the Soul Worker Sisterhood, and you're more than welcome to join. I'm very delighted to have Mitlay and a couple of other members of the Spirited Sisterhood join us as guest teachers for a sacred gathering that we are holding in the Soul Worker Sisterhood. And that's on the 10th of November. So what I will do is I'll put the link to my Facebook group in the comments below. So any time throughout this workshop, just if you have any questions, then leave them below and I'd love to answer them. So basically this workshop is for those people who work as a spiritual entrepreneur and are really doing some big important work and are sharing their light and serving in a really high vibrational way. But you still find yourself in your own workday just frantic, or maybe you feel you have a sense of anxiety around how the hell am I going to get all that I need done. So if this is resonating with you, maybe you have a long to-do list, or maybe you have just a stream of downloads and more intuitive ideas to bring to your business. Maybe it's just hard for you to keep on top of everything and keep out of that frantic mindset. And really what's lacking in your life can be a sense of peace in your workday. And the reason I'm speaking about this is because I was there, and while I was doing some incredible work in supporting women back in alignment with their soul and connecting to spirit on a deeper level, and developing an understanding of their higher purpose, and really loosening and unraveling those layers, those limiting layers of resistance that they came into their lifetime with. While I was doing all of this big work, I actually found myself not enjoying my work. I didn't enjoy my work day because I was just frantic. I was stressed and I was trying to do too much in a short space of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a few key areas that really helped me to just ditch that frantic behaviour and step back out of that space of lack of time. And really it is a fear. It's a fear of everything needs to be done sooner than later, and there's too much to do and just not enough time. So first of all, what I want you to consider is, have you planned your workday before it's already begun? So creating and infusing peace into your workday starts before the day begins. And so what I recommend for you to do is to really make sure that you know exactly how your day looks like, and also how it feels like as well. Really allow yourself to experience that feeling, that the energy around your workday before it begins. So so I recommend that you have both a diary and a journal. So first of all, I'll talk about the diary. So you really need to know exactly what work you're going to be doing in that day, rather than coming in on your work day and have this never-ending list of things to do, or maybe an unachievable list of things to complete in that day. rather than having that, then you have a set list or a set agenda for the day, and you haven't overloaded it. You have your appointments, you have your marketing, your planning, or your finance work, whatever you're working on, maybe some new creative projects or collaborations. Just make sure that you know exactly what you're doing on that day and how you're spending your work day. Now, in that work day, you cannot have back-to-back appointments, and you cannot have, you need space in between your work. So making sure that, I know that as spiritual entrepreneurs, a lot of you will be working energetically, and it's really important for you to have that space in between your clients. And just consider, how much time do you have between your appointments? So if you are trying to squeeze people in with a 15-minute break in between the two, how does that make you feel? And how are you recollecting your energy? Are you raising your vibration? Are you cutting those cords? Are you coming back to your full sense of self before you're beginning your next appointment? So just consider, how much time are you leaving between your appointments, and do you need more time? So I have a minimum of half an hour between my appointments, and I just cannot have any less time than that. So with the work that I do, a lot of the time I'm helping people to connect to their past lives, and we do ancestral work, and we're doing inner child healing. So a lot of that stuff really does require a lot of energy, and if I don't look after my energy after those appointments, and if I'm carrying around other people's stuff, then it really does impact how I feel for the rest of my day. I don't feel clear in my head, and I can't make decisions very easily, and I just want to go to bed, really. So make sure, just consider, how much time are you giving yourself some time to balance your energy after your appointments. The other thing is to consider, what kind of preparation time are you offering yourself and your clients before your appointment starts? So what kind of preparation are you allowing yourself time to have in order to be your best self and your highest potential? So for you to jump on a live video, or do any appointments or interviews, whatever you're doing, what kind of, what space can you create for yourself before you jump? We're still going. I just got a phone call come in. That hardly ever happens, and I forget that it can happen. Consider, what kind of rituals would you like to implement, and what can you implement into your day, whether it's repeating some mantras, or having your legs up the wall, and putting some nice music on, or doing some meditation before your appointment. So just consider, if you are committed to serving at your highest potential, what can you offer yourself to be in that ascended space, so you can offer that service to your clients? Now, it's also about, this is more about you as well. This is about how you feel. How connected are you to your appointments if before you start? So if you're giving yourself some time to connect to the energy of your clients before you jump on, then you're more likely to feel calm and ready, because you know what's coming in the appointments. So so that's all about planning your day. So basically, in a nutshell, what I'd like you to consider is mapping out exactly how you're going to, what your day looks like, and what is going to fill your day, and make sure that you have space in between in between your appointments. The other thing to consider is, is not to overload yourself. Really consider what's achievable, and am I pushing myself too much to try and get too much done in not much time at all. So the second part that I wanted to talk about kind of leads on to what I was talking about before in planning your day, and that is mini breaks. So offering that space to have breaks, so not only before and after your appointments, but also just space for you. So having some time for morning tea, for example, or lunch, and making that a sacred, mindful ritual. So if it's nice weather outside, then take your lunch outside away from your work, so you're not just scoffing your food mindlessly, just in the fear that you have so much stuff to do. Making sure that, considering what kind of food you're eating. Are you eating foods that are helping you to feel your most vibrant self? So the more fresh, organic foods that you're eating, you are more likely to feel a sense of flow in your body. And when you have that sense of flow, then your body doesn't have to do as much work, and you can offer that gift to yourself to really bring that peace into your day. You might like to offer yourself some energy healing. So if you're an energy healer, then you're likely to be giving that to others. But can you give yourself that space throughout your workday, just to give yourself a minute, even just a minute or 2 minutes of Reiki or whatever method that you're using? Energy clearing. Are you clearing the energy in your space? Are you making energetic space for you to experience the peace and calm that surrounds you? So you might be using sound with your instruments, or vibrational essences, or you might like to do some energy healing in your room as well. Are you getting outside? Are you grounding? Are you earthing your energy? And what I find really helpful is, if I'm feeling stuck, or if I'm lacking clarity, if I'm feeling tired, I'll take myself outside and I'll really just break up the energy around myself by picking a eucalyptus leaf. I've got one here, which I just used before I jumped on. And that it really just clears, it breaks the energy, it breaks that stagnant energy. So I am clear, and I have that space to reconnect with my sense of peace and calm. Another thing that I like to do is to bring earth elements in. So I've got a beautiful flower, a beautiful rose from my garden, and just having that connection to the earth really allows me to come back to my truth and come back to my true nature. And having the curtains drawn open, the windows open, so you can hear the birds. You might be able to hear the birds in my backyard, just so you're creating that sense of flow. Another thing that I like to do is do some moving meditations. So as an advanced meditation teacher, I totally recommend meditation, and that's another point that I'm going to speak about. But moving meditations can be really powerful in shifting the energy. So just putting on some really fun music, and it doesn't have to be anything spiritual, or it just really needs to be some music that you love. And just allow yourself to close your eyes and let your body move to the music, rather than choosing the dance move that you feel looks right or is going to be right. Just allow your soul to move your body. You might even like to pop some music on as well, just to listen to, so not dancing to, just to break up that grinding energy, that work energy, that yang energy, just to soften it and bring a sense of gentleness to your workday. Okay, the next part that I wanted to speak about was journaling. So while I have spoken about why it's really important to have a diary, then you also need to have a journal. And the reason why I am huge on journaling is because this is it's actually a key part to the Soul Method, which I teach in the Soul Worker Academy, which is an online learning facilities for spiritual entrepreneur mums, and it helps them to connect to their soul on a deep level and really unravel their connection to their higher power and potential, and build a business, a successful business that's in alignment with their soul purpose. So, and that's a huge part of the academy. We are guided to be a part of meditation and journaling on a daily basis. And the reason why I am so big on journaling and meditation, but I'll get to that, is because it helps you to come back to your truth and and back into soul alignment. So, and what I'll talk to you about today in terms of journaling is mental journaling, and that is simply writing down the fears that you have. So you may be fearful around, I don't have enough time to meditate in the middle of my workday, or if I stop to dance for 5 or 10 minutes, then I'm not going to finish that task. Or if time is if that lack of time is a real fear of yours, then get your journal out. And to be honest, as spiritual entrepreneurs, this is a huge gateway. It's a pathway for you to really question those doubts and those fears that you have about yourself. And so journaling really is a powerful tool for you to, first of all, become aware. Just become aware of those limiting beliefs that you have about yourself. And then it's an opportunity for you to come back to your truth and connect to your intuitive wisdom about the situation. So mental journaling, the first part is, and this is actually a part of the first element of the Soul Method, which is called seeing the truth. So basically it's helping you to come back to seeing the truth rather than seeing your life in the illusion of fear. And so the first part of mental journaling is just to write that fear down. So the fear might be, I don't have enough time to get all this done. Okay. And then the second part to mental journaling in the Soul Method is to help you to reconnect to your soul and your soul guidance, your spiritual team that you have been assigned with for this lifetime, and just hand it over to them. Use your intuitive wisdom, which I'm assuming that you all have a good grasp on for being in this group, and ask your guides and angels, what is the truth in this situation? I have a fear around, my ego is creating this fear that I don't have enough time to stop and meditate, for example, throughout my workday. Write that fear down and then give yourself some time to reconnect. Close your eyes and draw in your soul guidance nice and close from the north, from the south, from the east and from the west. And just ask them, hand that fear over to them and ask them, what is the truth in this situation? And you're likely to receive this information, the truth of this situation, via clairaudience, through what you can hear, through clairvoyance, what you can see, through claircognizance, the intuitive downloads via your cognition, or clairsentience, what you can feel. And it doesn't really matter how the information comes, it's just important that you remember the truth in this situation and write that truth down. So that becomes your truth, it becomes your mantra. And, often it is, maybe your truth in this situation might come as you are in the perfect place and nothing needs to be done. okay? Whatever it is. You just trust the information that comes. And that is your truth. That is your truth. Okay. Now the next part is, I guess this is giving you a little bit more information about the soul method, which is the framework that I teach in the Soul Worker Academy to help spiritual entrepreneur mums to find soul alignment, to come back out of fear and back into their loving essence. And so I've spoken about seeing the truth, which is the first element of the soul method. The second element of the soul method is open and expand, and that's helping you to raise your vibration. So anything that you can do to raise your vibration, like eating fresh fruit and vegetables, or drinking water, or listening to some high vibrational music, or doing some yoga outside, whatever you're choosing to do to raise your vibration. The third element of the soul method is unite with consciousness. And again, just as I was explaining with your mental journaling, to come back in alignment and converse with your soul guidance, with that collective consciousness, and ask, what's the situation here and what is my next step? And the fourth element of the soul method is leap with faith, and often a spirit will give you some guidance. They'll give you a message. They'll give you a next point of action. And leaping with faith, the fourth element of the soul method, is for you to take that action. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it's very relevant to the fact that you have no time. But you're being guided and you're being asked to trust the information that you're receiving and to take that action anyway. Okay, now the next, I'm just going to check the time. Oh, I've been on for half an hour already. I better be quick. Okay, I'm hoping someone's not next after me. I don't think anyone is, so hopefully I can keep going. Okay, so the next part that I wanted to remind you of is to bring meditation into your workday to create that peace. So the more that you can step back into your soul alignment, the more that you can offer that sense of peace and really step out of that fear that there's not enough time. Just like the length of this workshop, just trusting that it's okay and that not everything needs to get done. I know you've got big visions, and I know you have a big purpose, and I know that you want to serve in a really big way and send ripples of love right across the world, but it doesn't have to happen overnight, and it's not worth you busting your gut to just run yourself in the ground, and also get into that space of not enjoying your work as well. Because if you are working from your soul, then you really need to love it, and if you're not loving it, then there's no point you doing it. So make sure that you are allowing yourself and giving yourself permission to enjoy your work. Okay, so meditation, yes, and especially this is the main point I wanted to offer you with meditation, is that if your anxiety levels around, or stress around time, and things being frantic, if that's really high, then draw your awareness back to breathing. Don't worry about the body relaxation or the shift in consciousness. Just bring your awareness back to your breath. So just choose one breathing technique and stick to it for, say, 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Finally, just choose one task at a time. So as women, we are super amazing at multitasking, but it's not great for our nervous systems. So get into that spiritual practice of being so mindful that you're just doing one thing at a time. So, and this can be tricky when you're marketing on Facebook, or being involved in lots of social media, or even just emailing and just being, having your phone right there, your computer, lots of distractions. So often we can fall into the trap of trying to do too many things at once, and we kind of can go down tangents too as spiritual entrepreneurs. Maybe we have an intention to go and write an email, and then we see that we've received some emails that we're interested in, and then we forget about the email that we're meant to be writing, and we start looking at the emails we've received instead. Or maybe you jump onto Facebook with an intention to write a promotional post, and then you see that you've got like 10 or 15 notifications, and you have this urge or this tendency to look at your notifications instead. So this is your chance to really practice your spirituality here, and help you build up that resilience, that strength to really stay committed to your purpose and to your path of service. So if you have an intention to go into Facebook and write a promotional post, then do that first. Yes, you'll notice that your mind wanders to your notifications, to your messages, to images that you see, to whatever else, friend requests. But your job, just as in meditation, your job is to return your attention back to the breath. Your job in this case is to return your awareness back to your original intention, whether it was to do that promotional post or write the email. So, and that's really known as informal mindfulness. It's an informal practice of meditation. It's daily practice of meditation, and that is mindfulness, and really committing to that and making sure that you are sticking to that one task at a time. Just give yourself that gift of just doing one thing at a time. It doesn't all need to happen. It will happen, but it doesn't all need to happen right now. So trust, trust, trust. Now the universe, your guides and angels, they do not want you to be working frantically. You're doing some really important, powerful work, but they don't want you to feel stressed in the meantime. They want you to be in a healthy and vibrant body. And you feeling stressed is not doing wonders to your body. So making sure that you are offering your highest service by offering peace to your workday with all of those hot tips that I have shared with you. So planning your day before the day starts, including mini breaks, journaling, making sure that you have your mental journaling paper and pen right by your side, meditation, and just doing one task at a time. If you would like to know more about me and the Soul Method, and some more tips and training on really connecting to your highest potential as a spiritual entrepreneur mum, then join my Facebook page, which is Soul Worker Sisterhood, and I will put the link down in the comments below. If you have any questions about how you can really bring that sense of peace and balance into your workday as a spiritual entrepreneur, then please share in the comments. And again, thank you so much, Mitlay, for allowing me to be a part of your incredible birthday celebration in your Facebook group. And I do feel very honoured to be coming here on your actual birthday. So thank you. And again, just a quick reminder that I'm holding a sacred gathering in my Facebook group, Soul Worker Sisterhood, on Friday the 10th of November. And it's helping you to unravel those limiting stories that you have about yourself, so you can step into your power and be that shining light that you envision yourself doing, whether it's on TED, whether it is being an inspirational speaker, whether it's writing books, or sharing your work in a really big way. allow yourself to come into the Soul Worker Sisterhood and enjoy the incredible lineup of guest teachers, including Mitlay and a few other members of the Spirited Sisterhood. Okay, lots of love. I'm Bronte Spicer, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.